Welcome back to Well, That's Interesting. The damn, I didn't think they can get any cooler, but here we are edition. Today is episode 121, Even More Reasons to Love Elephants and Bees.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You knew this was going to be for me.
That's right.
I'm so happy. This is going to be delightful.
This is my New Year's gift to you.
Oh, thank you.
As you could tell, I've got Dee back on the show. Dee, welcome the fuck back.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me on this New Year's Day.
We are both unshowered and very tired.
Yes. As it should be on New Year's Day.
Yes, absolutely. I'm Jill Chacha. That's Dee Chacha, guest co-hosting today. And if this is your first time listening, welcome to the fucking flock, business goose. Dee and all guests come in cold, learning everything in real time, just like you.
Yep.
Absolutely bare ass cold. And if you want to come in bare ass cold, absolutely feel free to scroll down in the episode description. You'll see a link to a form. Fill that out. Come on the show. Let's have a comedy science-y conversation about something horrible.
Of course. And where else would you rather be?
Exactly. Yeah. Today though, it's all good shit. Nothing too horrible. Today, my friends, is all about wild new discoveries about our largest and littlest buddies. In the first half of the show, we're going to start big. Now, get this, an elephant's trunk has about 40,000 muscles. And if that sounds like a lot, you're right. Because for comparison, the human body has about 600 to 650 muscles. That's it.
Wow.
All up in your body. That's it.
We're so pathetic.
Now, that staggering array of muscle tissue and nerves help them perform a wide variety of tasks, from easily uprooting an entire fucking tree to holding a paintbrush. But up until recently, biologists knew very little about elephant brain, trunk, and face communication and how they execute with such dexterity. Well, a few neuroscientists stepped up to the challenge, and what they discovered about African and Asian elephants has broken mammalian records. There is a lot going on behind those eyes, and we're going to get into it. It's fucking outrageous.
I mean, they're the best things on the planet.
They're just incredible.
My favorite thing is an elephant.
Yeah.
And then my...
A close second.
Yeah.
Then after the break, speaking of which, dogs, fucking cats, chimps, monkeys, dolphins, hundreds of mammals, and even birds are known to enjoy playing. Just shooting the shit and having a ball.
And giggling.
That's right. And now, for the first goddamn time ever, researchers have shown that, yes, bumblebees like to play as well.
Amazing.
I know.
We have a bumblebee in our back porch, and she definitely likes to have a romp.
She's a romper.
She chases me around and away from... I think she's having fun doing it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I did not know that you have an intimate relationship with a bee.
I've named her Claire.
Claire. Oh, fuck, Claire. Oh, that's heartwarming as shit. Well, yeah. The experiment they performed to prove it, that they love to play, is as adorable as you think. There's a video. We're going to watch it. You will explode.
Oh my gosh. I'm excited.
Wouldn't it be great if just you and Claire?
There's a video of me being chased by Claire. She's giggling and I'm just, okay, Claire. I just wanted to sit and enjoy my tea.
Nope. Not on Claire's watch. So before we get into that cuteness, we got to start by cracking into some brains. And to do so, we need to head on over to Humboldt University in Berlin. It's here we'll find Michael Brecht and fellow neuroscientists. And before them are the brains of 4 African and 4 Asian elephants. And you're probably wondering, how in the holy hell did they get them? And does this happen often? Because it's kind of an odd situation. That's a great question. Well, I can tell you, no, getting your hands on elephant brains is and has been extremely difficult. From the October issue of Science Advances, which published the researchers' findings, quote, elephant brains are largely uncharted because of a lack of access to brains and the non-feasibility of invasive mapping, end quote. So in sum, these animals are protected and sticking these guys in an MRI just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that'll be a little uncomfortable.
For everyone. Yes. Now, not only because of their size and such, if you do happen to nab a brain, according to Jack Tamasia of the New York Times, quote, weighing in excess of 10 pounds, elephant brains degrade quickly after death and are a hassle to store,
Aw.
end quote. So I could see 10-pound brains taking up a lot of space
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
Not a lot of shelf space. So how did Michael and the gang get not one, but 8 brains? And what a sentence that is. Please do tell us please do us the honor and tell us, as reported by Tamasia of the New York Times, how did they score the booty?
Quote, Dr. Brett, fortunate enough to gain access to a trove of brains from animals that had died of natural causes or were for health reasons, and fixative, substance, Leibniz Institute of Wildlife Research and quote.
There you go. There you go, everyone. Breathe a sigh of relief. It's all ethical shit. And I actually did a little digging into the research paper, and I found out that 2 of the Asian elephants were named Burma and Dumba, and they passed away at 52 and 44 years old. Burma
is that young? Is that young for an elephant? 50 and 44? Yeah.
My God. That's a good question. That I'm not going to look up because it's depressing.
Okay. Yeah. But they sound very sweet, and
they sound
hopefully they
adorable.
had great lives. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were loved. So thanks to them and the rest of this group of elephants, a mystery has been solved. But before we get into that, Dee, what the fuck did researchers focus on in their brains?
Quote, the researchers homed in on the facial nucleus, a bundle of neurons concentrated in the brainstem and hooked up to facial nerves. In mammals, these neurons serve as the control center for facial muscles. They're in command whenever you wrinkle your nose, purse your lips, or raise your eyebrows. They also help elephants employ their trunks, end quote, from the New York Times.
There you go. There you have it, my friends. The facial nucleus in ye old brainstem and hooked up to ye old face. Mike and the team had the daunting task of counting neurons in this section of the elephant's brains. And get this, it's only the size of a grape. Now, if this work sounds fucking time consuming, it totally was. So we're going to fast forward and get to the mind-blowing outcome. No pun intended. Did these researchers find? All right, drum roll, please.
Thank you. The saddest drum roll ever.
That was perfection. So they found, on average, African elephants have 63,000 facial neurons, while their Asian counterparts have about 54,000.
Wow.
Now, to put these numbers into context, you and I have a wee 8,000 to 9,000. That's it. So, but okay,
nothing.
That is really nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. But let's not feel bad, because elephants have more facial neurons than any other land creature on Earth. So that's what they found out. And this basically makes their head and its parts all hella dexterous and sensitive. So the surprises, though, do not end here. I'm sure we're familiar with what a charging African elephant looks like, right? It's somehow also very cute and deadly at the same time. So,
but mostly adorable.
Mostly adorable, I know.
I wonder if I would get out of the way or would just stand there.
So, dear Dee, please tell us what is going on behind the scenes there and how expressive are their ears? And thanks to this exclusive behavior, how does it make their brain different from Asian elephants?
From the New York Times, while his team expected Asian elephants to possess stores of facial neurons, Dr. Brett said the disparity between the two species was noteworthy. While the animals look similar, they have major facial differences. African elephants have much larger ears, which they fan out when they charge. These researchers found a neurological correlation. African elephants devoted roughly 12,000 facial neurons to controlling just their ears.
Mm-hmm.
This not only dwarfs the amount of neurons controlling Asian elephant ears, it is nearly 3,000 more neurons than were needed to operate the entire human face, end quote.
Yeah. fucking wild.
That's
They
insane.
use it's fucking insane. 12,000 neurons just for their ears, and we use a mere 9,000 for our entire stupid faces.
They should be in control, not us.
All
There
right.
should be more of them, not more of us.
Totally fucking agree. I'm ready to just hand it over. 2023, here.
Here,
take it.
take elephants, go with it. I'm sure they could do a better job.
Fuck, man. All right, so let's all focus on the trunk for a moment. Now, like I said, there's about 40,000 muscles packed in there, and as such, it turns out half of the total number of facial neurons are devoted to the trunk alone. So we're talking about 25 to 30,000 neurons, give or take, to control the trunk. Now, that's a big number to do very tiny, deliberate things. And here's what I mean. My friends, it's imagination time. Please picture an African elephant. Fantastic. Now, at the end of the trunk are two finger-like projections used to pinch objects. Do we all see it? Yeah, we do. Now imagine an Asian elephant. They only have one finger-like fang at the end of their trunk, and they grasp tiny objects by wrapping their trunks around them like a full-on bear hug, which is actually super, super fucking cute. Now, thanks to Burma and Dumba and the 6 other elephants, researchers have finally pinpointed 2 regions in elephant brains that may be the equivalent to fine finger control in humans. Wow. Those regions are actually less defined in Asian elephants, which makes sense because they only have one finger-like projection. But this area was finally mapped out, opening the door for future research, which is great because we want our massive friends to be healthy. And understanding what's going on up there and where to look is a good first step. So there you have it.
Brilliant.
Fucking brilliant. Brilliant stuff. And then after the break, my friends, what happens when you put 45 bumblebees and teeny wooden balls together? You get a good time.
Sounds like it.
Stay tuned. So excited. Stay tuned for adorableness. Hey, you flock, you probably noticed the intense audio glitching that was taking place when Dee was explaining how Michael and the gang got not 1, but 8 brains. Well, don't worry, I've got you covered. As reported by Tamasia of the New York Times, quote, Dr. Brecht and his colleagues were fortunate enough to gain access to a trove of elephant brains from animals that had died of natural causes, or were euthanized for health reasons and ended up either frozen or in a fixative substance at the Leibniz Institute for Zoo and Wildlife Research in Berlin. End quote. So there you have it. And please stay tuned after the break. We have adorable bee stuff. So please, stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. You may recognize me as Gabby from the History of Everything podcast.
And my name is Brenna, and you don't recognize me from anything yet.
Together, we're 2 scientists who explore all of the weird little questions and conspiracies of the universe in our new podcast, Mystery of Everything. Everything has an explanation.
We hope.
That is what we're here to figure out. We will dive into the science behind many popular conspiracy theories, such as vaccines causing autism, flat earth theory, and was the moon landing fake? And if so, why the heck would anyone even do that?
But it's not just conspiracies. There's a lot of cool mysteries that we will attempt to use science to explain, such as near-death experiences, what made the Vikings go berserk, and can I control my co-host with MK Ultra?
Wait, what? Anyway, make sure to check out the Mystery of Everything podcast everywhere where you find your podcasts.
When Johann Rall received the letter on Christmas Day 1776, he put it away to read later. Maybe he thought it was a season's greeting and wanted to save it for the fireside. But what it actually was a warning, delivered to the Hessian colonel, letting him know that General George Washington was crossing the Delaware and would soon attack his forces. The next day, when Rall lost the Battle of Trenton and died from 2 colonial Boxing Day musket balls, the letter was found, unopened, in his vest pocket. As someone with 15,000 unread emails in his inbox, I feel like there's a lesson there. Oh well, this is The Constant, a history of getting things wrong. I'm Mark Chrysler. Every episode, we look at the bad ideas, mistakes, and accidents that misshaped our world. Find us at constantpodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey everyone, Jill Chacha here from Well, That's Interesting, and I am absolutely thrilled to tell you about Spotify for podcasters. I use it, I love it, and it all started by downloading the free Spotify for Podcasters app, which has all the tools you need in one place to record and edit your masterpiece of a podcast. Spotify for Podcasters also distributes your show to all major platforms. So when you hit publish, your episodes will stream not only on Spotify, but I'm talking about the Apples, the Googles, Stitcher, Good Pods, the other ones. You get the idea. And you can monetize your podcast with no minimum listenership required. You could also set up monthly subscriptions and record ads just like this one. So what are you waiting for? Download Spotify for Podcasters today and start changing the world. Oh, and please, stay interesting.
20th Century Studios presents Vacation Friends 2, now streaming only on Hulu.
Look at us, all together again. We just wanted to give you guys a real honeymoon.
Shots! Shots! Shots!
Now streaming.
He was just released from jail.
Where can I get a drink around here?
Back on vacation.
This place is nice. It's drug lord nice.
I'm sorry, drug lord nice?
With more baggage.
Ever since he showed up, he turned this relaxing vacation into total chaos. Who does that?
Vacation Friends 2, rated R, now streaming only on Hulu.
And we're back. We are so back. And my friends, it seems dogs aren't the only ones obsessed with toys. That's right. Let's head on over to the Queen Mary University of London, where we'll find a lead study author / PhD student, Samadi Galpeage. Samadi Galpeage. I think I nailed it.
I think so.
Yes. And Professor Lars Chitka, Professor of Sensory and Behavioral Ecology. Lars is also the author of a recent book called Mind of a Bee.
I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that book.
Now, as you can tell, these folks have a soft spot for our teeny floofy friends, the bumblebee. And they believe we're just scratching the surface of our understanding of them. So they went about asking a question no one had bothered to ask before. Are bees capable of play? Now, to even answer that question, how the fuck do we even define play, and what should we be looking for? So Dee, please tell us, as so wonderfully listed by Eleanor Higgs of IFL Science, what's the criteria for certain behaviors to be considered play?
Okay. There are 5 key factors at work to determine if a behavior is actually playing or has some survival benefit. The 5 criteria are: 1. Does not contribute to an immediate adaptive benefit or survival strategy. 2. The play is voluntary, spontaneous, and rewarding. 3. Play behavior should be different from behaviors used in looking for a mate or finding food. 4. Play is repeated but not stereotyped. 5. Play behavior was initiated under stress-free conditions.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now that we know what behaviors to look out for, how in the hell do we get bees to have a good time, to shake off the chains of hive work and just be spontaneous, like Claire?
Yeah. Like she works all day and she wants to, like, put on her little bee high heels and attack me.
That's right, to relieve some stress.
I think she enjoys watching me, like, duck when she comes right up to my eye.
Yeah, she's a masochist. How inspiration? She's an inspiration to us all.
I love her.
Amazing.
Every year. She's been back every year for 5 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's why Mind of a Bee is going to be a good read.
Yeah. Oh my God. You can keep us updated.
It'll bring Claire and I closer together.
Work on your relationship, because it's clearly one-sided.
Yes. No, I love Claire. When she wants the porch to herself, I exit and she can, she plays with other insects.
That's cool.
She looks like she's attacking them, but maybe it's play for her. I'm not sure how it works.
We need clear communication.
I'll videotape it this year.
Yes. Yeah. We need some video evidence. I'll post it to our Instagram and Twitter.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Okay. So how the hell do we do this fucking experiment? Well, first you get yourself 2 differently colored boxes and a few small wooden balls and about 100 bees. And then you wait and see what the fuck happens. For the first experiment, those 2 boxes were placed side by side, with one box filled with those playthings, and 42 stress-free bees were released, and researchers just sat back and recorded what happened. So Dee, I actually have a video of what took place. And if you would, please tell us what you see in this video. What's going on? Do your best.
Please don't be me. Please
David
don't be
Attenborough narration, please. And if anybody actually wants to watch it, just Google search fucking bumblebees enjoying playing with balls, or like it'll come up, because this is like a first of its kind. So I'm pulling up the video.
For some reason, I'm nervous.
It's all your PTSD with Claire.
Claire.
She's basically shooting like one of these balls. So I'm going to play the video right here. I'll have screenshots on our social media stuffs too. So come on by and take a look at this. All right,
Okay, so it's a bee on one of the balls, just on top of the ball, rolling around, like just on top of it. Looks like it's having a good time. Multicolored balls. Now it's on the purple ball. Still doing the same thing, just on top of it, rolling around, having a good time. Looks like they had a few. Aw.
Yeah.
So they're just jumping on the balls.
Yeah, it's going from one ball to the next over and over again. It's really fucking adorable.
It looks cute. It looks fun. I'd do it.
Life-size ball.
Yeah.
So my friends, the bees discovered the balls and, just like you said, learned to roll them around. There was no reward, no food, no nothing, just the toys. Now get this, after a while, the bees were taken away and the balls were removed. When the bees were reintroduced to the two boxes, the bees had an obvious preference for the colored box that contained the balls. It was as though they were expecting them.
Wow.
I know.
Now there's some balls. I'm gonna do this.
Yes. Get Claire some. Just give her Wookiee's toys.
Yeah.
Take them from the dog.
She is big enough to carry them, but I don't know. I'm gonna try this.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
See what happens. So you give yourself a rest.
Just keep her occupied with the balls, so she leaves me alone.
So this was a simple experiment, but let's make it a little bit more complicated. So Dee, please tell us, what did researchers add to the equation to determine that, bees are really into these balls?
From Eleanor Higgs of IFL, quote, in another experiment, 45 different bees had the option to walk between the boxes to get to feeding areas. Immobile balls were placed on the left and mobile balls on the right side. They found that the bees chose to roll the balls when there was no obvious reason to do so, indicating that the play behavior was spontaneous, end quote.
That's right. They had no interest or little interest in the balls glued to the floor, and they had little interest in the food. All they wanted to do,
they want to have some fun.
That's right.
Just like us. Yeah. Like, why does it always have to be work?
Yeah, that's right. So my friends, these bees had such a good time. They, quote, rolled balls between 1 and impressively 117 times for one individual over the experiment. Rolling balls did not contribute to survival strategies such as gaining food, clearing clutter, or mating, and was done under stress-free conditions. The repeated behavior suggested that ball rolling was rewarding in itself. End quote, from the Queen Mary University of London website. Other adorable findings from the study included evidence that younger bees rolled more balls than older ones, mirroring human behavior of young children and other juvenile mammals and birds. Also, male bees rolled balls longer than their female counterparts. Now, was this due to insecure toxic masculinity? I don't know. That's a study for another time. Anyway, Professor Lars Chitka told the university website, quote, this research provides a strong indication that insect minds are far more sophisticated than we might imagine. We are producing ever-increasing amounts of evidence backing up the need to do all we can to protect insects that are a million miles from the mindless, unfeeling creatures they are traditionally believed to be. End quote. So,
yeah, that is so sweet. Like, we have to give them more credit, you know?
I mean, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
They've been around a while.
I mean, everyone wants to have a little fun, little stress-free conditions.
Fuck yes.
Maybe they should do that at work for people. We'll roll around on balls.
It's the ballroom.
Going to the ballroom.
I'm going to the ballroom, guys.
Just throw yourself against the ball and roll around.
So, my friends, we all contain multitudes, or some shit, and even bugs, I suppose. The end.
That was delightful.
It's fucking delightful as fuck.
On this New Year's Day, I've learned about elephants that Sarah and I will get closer.
Their
in this
massive faces.
research.
Yeah, I definitely want to know what's going to happen with your relationship in 2023.
Yeah, come spring, I'll let you know.
Okay, we want updates. And thank you for listening, rating, subscribing, telling your friends how just staggeringly impressive elephants are and bees, and how they're just better than us. And that's it, really. And happy fucking New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
And please stay interesting.